Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we will be shedding light on those partners who are quite adept at putting on a show. They are corny and crafty. Have you ever wondered why certain people appear almost too perfect to be true? You're not alone in this journey. We've all met people who initially seem flawless, only to discover hidden layers of pretense when we get to know them better. In the following discussion, we will unveil 5 subtle indicators that suggest they may not be as authentic as they appear. In simple terms, they are full of bullshit. When a person's words are consistently unreliable, trust becomes questionable. This inconsistency can be frustrating and may result in substantial issues. It has the potential to waste precious time, money, and energy, and in the most severe instances, inflict emotional pain. Recognizing these subtle signs before believing their words is essential to avoid these risks. The foundation of any relationship is established through trust and transparency. Without these elements, we are left with an unstable foundation that will likely crumble. We are not suggesting that all people are deceptive, quite the opposite. However, it would be beneficial to identify these signs early before investing time and emotions. Understanding these signs in the world of relationships can be a game changer, a protective shield that saves you from unnecessary heartache. So buckle up and prepare for an enlightening journey. Now let's discuss the first sign that they are full of pretense. Sign 1, they are elusive artists. They can't answer your questions. Now, let's go deep into this. We've all had conversations where the other party seems to be engaged in a verbal dance, skillfully avoiding addressing the main point. It's frustrating. Often, individuals who are not being genuine use this as a strategy. They'll dodge direct answers, using elaborate language that leaves you more puzzled than enlightened. They will change the subject or answer a question with another question. It's like they are playing hide and seek, but with words. They are being evasive. And why would they be evasive? You guessed it, because they don't want to reveal the truth. They are hiding something, and their words are their smokescreen. So take note if you find their responses to your questions more convoluted than a maze. If they're dodging your questions, it's a subtle sign they're not being sincere. Sign 2, the attention seeker. They are the loudest person in the room. Now, we've all been there, haven't we? That one person who drowns out the murmur of the crowd with their booming voice or flamboyant gestures. But here's the kicker. Sometimes a loud personality is merely a diversion. A shiny object designed to distract you from realizing that they are full of pretense. Like a magician's sleight of hand, only in this case is the trick all about hiding a lack of substance. Whether it's their incessant chatter, boastful tales of grandeur, or over-the-top laughter, it's all part of an elaborate performance. It's a show, a spectacle, an attempt to grab your attention and hold it hostage. But remember, just because a person is loud doesn't mean they have something meaningful to say. A loud presence might be masking a lack of sincerity. Sign 3, the self-proclaimed saint. They go out of their way to tell you they are a certain way. Now, we've all met people who are like open books. They'll tell you everything about themselves, even when you don't ask. But here's the thing, genuine people usually let their actions speak louder than their words. They don't need to assert their qualities because they are evident in their behavior. Conversely, those who are not so honest often feel the need to compensate. They might indulge in excessive self-praise or go on and on about their virtues. It's like they're trying to convince themselves as much as they are trying to convince you. A dash of humility goes a long way. But when the self-proclamation becomes a constant chorus, it's time to raise an eyebrow. Remember, actions always speak louder than words. So if they're constantly telling you who they are, they may be hiding who they truly are. Sign 4, they're all talk and no walk. You may have heard this phrase before, it's a classic, but what does it mean? Well, imagine a person who's always making grand plans, promising the moon and the stars. But when it comes to delivering, there's always an excuse. They're always ready with a reason why they couldn't deliver on their promises or follow through on their plans. Now, we all fall short sometimes, life happens. But if you notice a pattern, if they're constantly making excuses instead of fulfilling their commitments, it's time to step back and reassess. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a classic sign of someone full of pretense, in fact, full of bullshit. Life isn't about being perfect. It's about integrity, about trusting that what they say aligns with their actions. So if their actions don't match their words, it's a red flag. Before number 5, welcome to Connection Catalyst, your go-to space for fostering meaningful relationships and enhancing the bonds that matter most. Please hit the subscribe button to join our incredible community. Moving on to sign number 5, the overcompensator. They try too hard to convince you. Now let's delve deeply into the tricky world of overcompensation. It's a common trait amongst those who stretch the truth. They often go to great lengths to convince others of their story. They believe they can make their pretense more believable by inundating you with excessive persuasion, unnecessary proof, or overly defensive behavior. It's like a magician performing an overly complicated trick to distract you from the simple sleight of hand. So if you find them constantly providing unnecessary details or getting defensive when you haven't even questioned them, take a step back. There's a good chance they're not just trying to convince you, but themselves as well. Truth is self-evident and doesn't require such theatrics. So remember, if they're trying too hard to convince you, they might be trying to convince themselves. Now, ladies and gentlemen, remember, honesty is the best policy. Don't fall for the victim card at all. Please don't forget to subscribe. Stay safe, stay connected. Thanks for watching.